last week's meeting, April 14th.
I make a motion, we accept the board minutes from April 14th, 2026.
I second it.
Public comment. All in favor?
Aye.
Moving to correspondence here. First one is from Burke. It's a letter acknowledging our letter from April 7th with the updated inspection plan. This next one, the public notice, not sure why we have it, but it's from Rocking J Ranch. And it's their objection to their water rate that they're gonna change. I don't know why they sent it to us. Has nothing to do with us.
So who's doing this? Is this,
It's through the DNRC in the water court. I don't
okay,
know, like, we have no say on it, so I don't know why they sent it
Right.
to us, to deal with them and the
Yeah.
state.
I think it's probably coming to us to be noted that they are. It might have something to do. That, I don't. No, yes,
It's just a well.
it's a well.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
This next one is from the Montana Food Bank Network. Letting us know about the summer food service program. Oh, is that something we give it to?
Blaine,
Give it to Blaine.
he's going to, is that summer food program?
Yep. the
Yeah,
food
he's
bank.
involved.
Okay.
Look it over.
So is this, do they do this at the school? Is this, and it's coming from the food bank? I didn't know that.
I think that's for the summer breakfast and lunches, right? For
Yeah,
kids.
parents, they're working or whatever.
Yeah, there's like a card you can get for $120 per kid too,
No.
to put towards food.
Oh, okay.
Is a different program on it.
Like a meal card.
Yeah, like a meal card, yeah.
We'll give it to Blaine there, I guess. This next one is from David Borden. He was wanting Miranda to post this to our website. It's their stabilization plan
For the
for
hospital.
the hospital.
I start getting quite a bit of stuff, cause you know, we have to keep it up
Keep this
there.
updated there. Next one is from Jen Walters. Has to do with the airport board. We'll probably just go over this when we have the airport in later on the agenda. This next one is an email from Lena Gagliano. From a past letter she sent him. Saying that she wanted a response from us.
So Miranda, you responded for us to her. Is this concerning the same information that she's wanting, and you responded as our administrator? So I feel that this is redundant and we've already met this issue.
So,
Move on.
this next deal is from the United States District Court. It has to deal with, Gary Snyder, suing us over, constitutional violations, I guess, for whatnot. It's just the paperwork of what Blaine updated us on last week that he had to resubmit.
So in a nutshell, this is we removed him from the study commission. And I guess he feels we interfered with his constitutional rights. So, and then he's taking us to court, right?
Yep. Next one is from Mako. Letting us know that the US Census Bureau Block Boundary Suggestion Project webinar is April 28th. Next Tuesday. Yep. I guess if any of us are interested in attending that, at 11 to 12, so we'll be in our meeting.
And then it also states if your community has changed since 2020, which we haven't, annexations, growth or new development. They're going over that, and like you said, it's during our regular.
Maybe. That's it for correspondence. Any public comment on correspondence? All right, we'll move into just, oh. Go ahead.
This is Elena Gagliano for the record. I guess when you said go ahead, you meant me. So here I am. I was just wondering on my letter that I sent, correspondence, what did you decide on that one? Because what I said in this letter that I dated, let me get that letter, as of April 17th, that none of the specific questions I asked were answered. And so I gave you a copy of it, the original letter, and list 1 through 6, and none of those were in that letter that supposedly you sent to me on February 10th. So, and I think if I recall, at that time, the commissioners didn't even remember writing a letter. And by the way, it wasn't signed by any of you. So, on this letter, I would like a response. And let's see, by May 1st, in writing from you, or a reason why you're denying me an answer. I want it in writing. Any comeback?
Well, yeah, I'm gonna answer that question. Do you have that correspondence that you sent to her, where we can get a copy of it? And I remember that conversation with you, Elena. You were very vague about a letter. You didn't say what that letter was, what it pertained to. So we didn't understand what your question was until after the fact. I read that correspondence from Miranda to you, representing the county commissioners, and your questions were answered. And these doing this is redundancy, and you're just doing it to make waves and keep up the flow of negativity that you every single Tuesday present to this commission.
I guess. Go ahead again.
Okay, I'm unmuted now. I think I heard you say something, Commissioner McClure, that it's redundancy. That's your opinion. I don't have answers to any of those specific questions. So how is it redundancy? One, every instance in which my comments were categorized as legal process and procedure. Two, every instance in which I allegedly hinted or provided legal advice. That's what I want. I want specific answers to this, not a general answer. Did you read your answer supposedly that Miranda wrote? Do you have that in front of you? Can you cite each instant? I don't believe so. So I'm waiting for an answer to this. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Elena.
All right, go ahead, Jen.
Good morning. Sorry, are you guys on public comment just in general right now, or are you still just chatting about? Oh,
Move right into that, yeah, for public comment. Yeah.
okay. I had a question about the ballots that just went out, like for the hospital mill levy. There's a clause on the bottom of the ballot that I've never seen before. It reads, an increase in property taxes may lead to an increase in rental costs. Is that going to be standard moving forward on any ballots where there's a change in the mill levy?
Hey,
I'll take that.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
I haven't read that ballot language, and this is coming from the hospital district. And I understand what you're saying, that it could increase rental properties because of the fact that your taxes are going to be going up. But what this new levy is for the 1 year for the extra 200,000, and it's it's been going on for over 30 years. And I'm not sure that is really, if they were recommended by an attorney or something to put that in. I guess what they're maybe saying is public be aware that if your rental taxes, your rental might go up. That, I don't understand, why that's in there. We'd have to visit with the hospital.
Okay. Yeah, I have never seen it before, and I mean, I like that it's on there, but I just was curious to know if it was gonna be on future ballots, like if the library asks for an increase and whatnot. But just so regarding the hospital levy in particular, do you all know, is there a reason that instead of putting the dollar amount, that the increase would be based on home values, they put the full amount that the levy would be?
Okay, so what the ballot language, I don't have it in front of me. Does it say how many meals or is it giving you an amount of what they want for that year?
It says they want to raise approximately 29.5 mils, but say for example, like if you have a home valued at $600,000, maybe currently you're paying $100 a year, but with an increased mill levy, you would see a $50 increase. But instead of only putting the increased amounts on the ballot, they put the whole number. So I'm just curious if there was a reason for that, because it seems like some people may read that and think they're getting a $150 increase instead of just a $50 increase.
Right, I get you. And that is the new legislature rulings that they figure if you've already got a levy that's for example, for $100, you're getting that, but they're gonna increase it and they're just gonna add what's gonna happen to the extra $50. But with the hospital district, it's a voted and it's not a permanent levy. So I'm not sure. I guess you could visit with Sarah with the clerk and recorder's office and she can explain just the new laws, the way they're working with amounts instead of with levies. Does that help you?
Yeah, I'll definitely check with her. I just think there might be confusion about it and people not wanting to vote for it because they think the increase is way more than it actually is. So yeah, I just was wondering, but I'll reach out to her about it. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jim. Any other public comment? All right, we'll move ahead with the weekly report with Road and Bridge Superintendent Paul. Morning.
How you doing?
How about you?
Good. George Bladen roads are down in the middle port, should hit down past Evis today, at least by there today, and then hopefully be done with it. Well, depending what the weather's gonna do. It's supposed to get some bad weather, but
Rain and snow coming.
yeah, and then we'll be right back to Rock Creek again. I'll have to go right back down there, 'cause that road will be destroyed as soon as it gets done with the weather, you know. But we'll probably skip most of that between the two cattle guards, but from Evis to the next cattle guard is in pretty good shape. And then we'll go to the next one and start down by the cabin, you know, in the cabin down there. But anyway, that's kind of where they're rolling. But watering today and monsoon tomorrow.
Right.
But
Did the roller come? Didn't make any area?
not yet. Brent's supposed to call me back today and find out where it is. It's supposed to be here.
I got the contract right here.
It was supposed to be here Friday.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what you said, I drowned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, I called him and he's called them and we're trying to figure out where they can't find it. It's somewhere on a truck.
Somewhere on a truck.
But the other buddy's down in Bearmouth area and I got the other guys putting fixing the cattle guard up Willow Creek. They're putting their cows in there already. Friday and, I mean, everything's just a month early.
Yeah,
You know,
Lower
normally-
Willow Creek or?
Yeah. Normally that is, there's snow up there, you know, and
Right.
yeah, the reservoir is damn, you're going over the road.
Yeah.
Still over there.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know where East Fork's at. I heard it was not very high.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Now we're supposed to go from 75 degrees to rain and then snow.
Yeah, it hit 80 yesterday.
It was hot yesterday. I didn't check to see how it got out there. It was hot.
Yeah.
So I have a question. With the, where is it, Fairmount? Is the mess?
Yeah.
Is that, do we have that? Working on that and have that?
He's headed there this morning. I had him pull out of Bear Gulch and he's headed there this morning. I called him yesterday just so we can get on now. If it's rain, we're just gonna, I don't know, it's one of them deals, we have to fix it, but if we go down and it rains tomorrow, we're screwed. You know, we're wasting time, so now I don't know what to do. I was gonna ask him this morning, I don't know if it's really coming, or, I mean, we're gambling on starting it, and we're gonna have a bigger mess if it rains, cause we're gonna stir it up.
Well,
I don't know what to do. I mean, the guy,
they played to put a crown on it. That's like all the roads. I mean,
and if
at the end of the day, you know, we just spent all the time at, Rock Creek too, and it's gonna be destroyed as well. It's just,
80% chance of rain tomorrow.
yeah. I mean, we
I think we
can't,
should start on it to show that we're actually gonna go, you know. that's what
yeah,
I-
he's on it already.
Okay, cause I told him yesterday, get over. it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, Dunkelberg, yesterday too, it held up good after that last storm.
And I think if he can dig some of that along the side and pull it back up, or, you know, at least mix it in and try to get a base, bend a base, and we're gonna have to do something, then we're gonna have to probably haul some more gravel in there, bigger.
So is that what you use grader for? So you have how many graders out?
Two.
Two. And you only have two grader operators.
Well, we only got two, even if they could all run, because we've got 5 guys, we got 2 of them working on that cattle guard, 2 of them in a grader, and 1 of them on a water truck.
So how many graders do we have? 4? Why do we have so many graders if we
Well,
only can have 2 on them?
well, I just mean right now, well, we're 1 guy short, 2 guys short actually,
Sure.
you know, and,
Oh,
Say that,
yeah,
medical.
you know,
Sure.
And then
So
the
we're
other
still 2
hands.
short, we missed a guy I didn't mean to butt in, but last week a guy was out sick all week too, so we've been short for 2 weeks, 3 guys really.
Yeah.
so and we do have actually 4 that could work it, and
Yeah.
then, I'm just trying to understand this.
yeah.
And then the water truck follows, they radio each other and they
And
follow.
then the roller that we rent.
Yeah, okay,
Could
okay,
be the grader, roller, water trucks in front and keep us so that we can actually work the stuff.
okay, I just need to understand.
Okay.
And when you're down 3 guys, that's half the crew,
Yeah,
you know? And it gets better when once the season gets kind of caught up, because then everybody works together. You know, so you just get a lot more done. But when you're trying to get all the spring stuff caught up, I mean, it's every road, and then it snows, and then that, what you just fixed goes straight to hell.
Right.
And then you gotta go right back and redo it. You're the catch up and getting through this spring mess, but
so we're still 3 guys down then? 2,
2 as
one came back today.
We got a letter there.
okay,
I didn't want to put it, it's a
okay,
privacy. letter. Yeah.
Okay.
And that's what, with that being said, that'll be the new policy after 3 days.
Have to cover us, cause as I told him, make sure you have the doc release come back. We can't just be gone a week and show up and we don't know what, they show up and we don't know something or blah, blah, that it just covers us in the policy, sure.
What the policy actually is after 3 days, if you don't have a letter, if you don't have a letter and you're out over 3 days on sick time, it reverts right to your vacation time. You can't use your sick time. Got that letter after 3 days.
Where's that in policy now?
I said, what they've always told me it is. I haven't seen it, but that's what they.
I haven't seen it, I
That doesn't make sense.
After 3 consecutive days.
3 consecutive days, you'd need a doctor's slip.
That's what.
I don't need
That's
to
my
feel-
comment.
Yeah, you don't have permission, so it's gotta be vacation.
So then it'd be vacation thereafter if you want to go.
Okay,
I don't have a letter.
That's why I told him, make sure before he started yesterday, that he has a doctor's release.
yeah, I guess I didn't read that little part.
Alright,
So I don't.
no, we can go right into this roller contract that we don't know where it is.
I put it over, it's right.
Oh, no, I meant the roller, it's just gone.
It's supposed to be here today, it says, delivered off. This is what the email says.
That's what we just talked about.
Yeah, it's supposed to be here Friday. So when we get that thing actually had it, we'll need to put insurance on
Right.
it, you know.
Oh, yeah.
So I guess you
I
can
already
just,
got it.
oh, you already do that.
Fun.
That's what I Sure. Perfect. I just better have wait till, who knows?
You got it. You got
So I guess I'll entertain a motion for the roller contract.
I'll make a motion to go ahead and accept the roller contract on the monthly grant.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Have a good day.
Let's see what else.
Yeah.
You need the communication. All right, I got on.
See you later.
See ya.
Yeah, the weather could really, I don't know.
I'm gonna be bad.
You gotta do something down there. I mean, if it rains, I don't know.
Well, no matter, I think no matter what, we're gonna be trouble down there. If it rains, if we blade it or not.
Well, that's what you heard me say, gotta try to pull that stuff up out of the ditches and try to mix
Try
it.
to get some gravel in there.
Otherwise, we're gonna have to go in and try to, we might end up still going in and scraping it completely
Off.
off. Go down 6 inches and relay. I mean, that's a lot of extra money that we put in there last year that we might have to redo.
But
That's why we have a meeting.
is it we have to wait and see what is, or is it that we need to get on it?
Need to get, that's why I moved them over. To show the people that we're actually working on, cause they keep, well, nobody's here, my phone won't quit. So they're there today and they start to pull it up in there, Brian, and so. At least we're there, and then if it rains tomorrow, we'll have to pull off.
Yeah, 80%, it's likely coming, so hopefully it's not too much.
And then snow and freezing
Yeah.
temperatures.
But at least we're making an attempt to go see, but if Sam can pull them edges up in, it's gonna help, but I just got a bad feeling, it's just,
Freezing,
we're kind of
right.
band-aiding it, just trying right now.
Well, Band-Aid to
If-
fix it.
But it's
Put the
gonna-
Band-Aid on and
And then when we get a little better, warmer weather for a week or something, I got a feeling we're gonna have to scrape this stuff off and then redo it.
Yep.
We don't have no choice.
Uh-huh.
It's going all the way across the railroad tracks out to on the interstate, you know, it's caking to the tires, so
Yeah.
people are.
Tracking it out on the highway.
Yeah.
can I make one comment that is back during, public comment? And, Elena is saying I'm talking to the county attorney about this, Elena is saying that we didn't respond to her letter. And it's right here, and we responded to everything, and she's saying that we didn't. Do we post this, or is this private?
Or no, but it's not private.
But I mean,
I don't-
it's just on and on,
Yeah.
like.
I don't think it's public in the sense it's not a significant public interest, but it's a response you guys did, so it's fine, yeah, it's fine. Yeah,
I feel we responded to every
Yeah.
question that she asked, and she's feeling that we didn't. How much longer do we have to go through this, where she's saying it doesn't meet her expectations of what she wants us to say to her.
But I mean, she can ask, but, you responded, so I sent her that back, said this is our response.
Do we want to maybe scan this and sign it and say, hey, we'll all sign it because she said it wasn't signed? Here's the question. She's saying that Miranda is pretty much going out there and doing things on her own and is not working with the commissioners, which is absolutely false. Miranda is our assistant and she says what we
Yeah,
want her to
She was
say.
directed to send that letter, is my understanding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying,
Yeah.
quit answering her. I mean, if she wants something, we'll wait till Tuesday, cause right now she's going after her and saying she's doing wrong, so it needs to stop. And we just, every Tuesday, instead of even answering her stuff, you don't have to.
But I would have you guys, I would sign it, she's that one to be signed, but you guys, I'd sign it.
But she's starting to accuse her of stuff now.
Well,
I
that
mean,
needs to stop, yeah.
It's not.
Well, what I want to ensure is that we're ending this right now. This is ridiculous for her to keep plugging away at this when we've already answered her response.
Agreed.
Alright. Moving to solid waste here. Letter from Todd just says that they burned the burn pile, Phillipsburg Valley Fire Department burned it last week and then came up with a tanker truck, and extinguished the coals and whatnot. Set sprinklers up over the weekend just to make sure it was good and done burning. Drummond burn theirs. And then I was brought up that we'll maybe send a donation type deal, gift card to the Phillipsburg Valley Fire Department for their time and resources of burning.
Yes.
The burn pile.
Can we make a motion with that right now, Blaine, to do that?
Yes.
Okay, motion.
I would like to make a motion to send a gift certificate, possibly from Ms. Grocery to the volunteer, is it Phillipsburg or is it the old they combined?
Phillipsburg.
Phillipsburg Fire Department, and I think it's 250 fair to give for our appreciation for them being up there and making sure the burn pile was done correctly.
It'll come out of the commissioner.
And it would come out of the commissioner's fund.
I second that.
All in favor?
I,
Aye. Motion carried fast.
One question I had is, the bathroom in the works for Drummond site, or did that get?
They kinda got postponed
Okay.
after we got rid of the supervisor. I guess we gotta do with now the weather tonight. Want to talk to Chad, make sure all the stuff's done.
Okay.
And then we can actually go on with it, cause we have water and stuff, so after the supervisor, just kinda like that. I guess the guy can, Chad, maybe send a letter to Chad and just ask him, is it still okay to build a bathroom site on the Drummond solid waste site? Please, then we can move them and put it out for bid or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would you're gonna.
Yeah, I was wondering, cause it was,
Yeah,
it works, but
it's
yeah,
gonna
like,
go
Alright. We'll move on to dam tenders report. Georgetown is currently at 6429.01. It's 5.88 inches below full pool.
My opinion, leave it at the 30.
You have any comments, Paul?
Well, when we went to 30, I was hoping that it came down some. So basically, we're just staying right there.
Well, we lost a little bit. I know.
Or two others, but we're supposed to have snow 5 of the next 6 days.
Rain.
Yeah, out there it's, and, you know, yeah, I would like to see us go up a little right now for those storms ahead. The lake is almost totally gone.
Oh,
And then it's
I haven't
supposed
been
to,
up for.
yeah, it's supposed to,
Good.
it's supposed to get cold and then cold for the next 5 or 6 days. And if we get that snow and that too, I don't know. I don't know if we'll catch it. If we have a normal June, I doubt we'll catch it. So I think it's gonna go overflow,
Well, yeah.
but
What are you thinking on that? I'm sorry. What are you thinking? How much?
if we can go up 5, if we're at 5, I don't think it's a terrible idea. We can always, watch it daily.
It's easier to shut it back than it is to catch it.
Yeah, we can't really catch it. We can prepare for it ahead of time and then we can catch it.
What's your thoughts, Brad?
Um, yeah, I guess going up 5 would be okay. Yeah, I think we've run into this last couple of years where we've had 2 years of drought, and so that water, it's up there, but it goes into the ground, a lot of it too, when we're just behind, when we're at deficit. But I'd be fine with going up for 5 and trying it for a week and seeing where we're at.
I'll change my motion to go to 35.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried with that.
Do we have to send a letter, get the approval, or we're Brad's agreeable?
Yeah, we got Civic, the two agencies, I'll send that right away.
And so we can get that out right away, and then we can you can email it, all, is that?
Yeah.
The way you've been doing it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll just go week to week like we have been. If we have a significant drop or something, shut her back or something, but I don't think we're gonna.
Yeah, you don't have to get permission to turn it down.
Right.
Okay, so yeah.
No, it's just this jumping up, and trying to keep up with it, but we're staying with the flow, so.
What, May 15th, then it's 30 CFS at the minimum? Or
It's the minimum and maximum unless we have temporary modification.
okay.
All right, and you can call me directly.
So Paul, this happens every year at this time, correct? Where you have to let this water out. You
Well-
can't save it because you can't go over.
Well, we don't want to waste it, it's better to go through the plant than anywhere else.
He's got an over spill.
Yeah, but, we're awful high for this time of year. We're usually not this high. So,
And I know the water users, irrigators wanted us to see if we could save it, but there's no way we could save it for them,
yeah,
right?
if you're full, there's no saving.
Yeah.
And then,
I think they're pumping it on now, and you start come up to killing it now, you
Yeah.
start seeing people. Everybody's got that itches, they're clean and going, they're all early too, that's why
Yeah.
I think,
so,
it's dry.
yeah, and then if we reach that point to the spillway, if we're over, that's when the complaints happen from the homeowners, and then if we're too low, same.
From their. This is Plain Branch, so I don't know if you saw the comment that Chuck Stokey filed with, letter with Burke
Yeah.
updating them, so basically the sum of it was that the county commission is just going along with what the irrigators are wanting, and then saying that, last year that, when it, had the modifications there later on in the summer, that the irrigators opposed it, well, there was a couple that opposed the timing of it, but so that was a little misleading, the irrigators were for those extra relief.
Now we get it
Yeah.
back.
We had a lot of people calling thank us on
Yeah.
that, so it wasn't that we just, we're trying to work with everybody, we're not just.
Yeah, we could respond, but, I think that was already included in our original, response.
Yeah.
And there was also an issue with fire then too, at that time, we
Right.
brought that up, so it wasn't just, irrigation issues.
I think we're doing good this time.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Yeah, Todd's report last week too, I think we're staying in line with that.
Yeah.
We have it in there, if somebody needs to see it, we can pull it out of there and email it to them, or they can get on and get it public.
Yeah.
All right, well,
Thanks,
stay at 30,
Paul.
we'll see what 35 does this week.
Okay, you guys have a wonderful week.
Thanks, Paul.
You too. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Brad.
You guys go to the same
Yep.
place,
Thank you.
Hey, Brad.
Thanks. I'll send out the email.
All right, we're,
Damned if you do and damned if you don't, right?
Tough time this year, but I'm happy to see Brad on there. I mean, that means a lot to them there, you know.
Yeah, get it done.
Mhm.
all right, we're a little early, but we'll, move into, Craig County Fair Board applicant.
And we lost with or with different fill it up then, and
Yeah.
I make a motion to go ahead with JT, Burrier.
Furrier. Got a second?
Oh, I second, sorry. I was zoned.
All in favor?
Aye. So did you say this bill was sat down with the Tri-County Fair Board? Or do we still need people on the board?
How's that feel?
That
No,
bill, okay.
I just lost one position.
So that would be completing Amanda Weaver's term.
Yeah,
Right,
Yeah,
Correct.
okay.
correct. I'll get a letter out.
Is Slate or anything coming in for 10 o'clock?
Yeah, so Seth will be here. Scott said he couldn't, they had this is blank, they had a walkthrough yesterday, I believe.
All
For
for the
the
roof.
PCS and, well, the roof walkthroughs today,
Yeah.
Oh,
just
This
the
is that big,
elevator project, yeah, so they're, looking at what needed done, I think a lot of it, been done, still waiting on the, for trying to find that part for the backup battery for
well, there's still a lot of little stuff that needs done now. We got, you know,
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
being noticed about the bathroom, that window, we got to figure out.
yeah, so they're gonna talk to you about it today. But I didn't tell them you
I
guys were
read
looking at
their
it.
stuff, yeah.
Okay.
I just want it done. And then I just keep coming.
yeah.
Okay, well, I don't know, it's in that email now. so-
Okay, yeah.
Hey, dude.
Oh, yeah, and
I didn't know.
there's that, food bank stuff.
Yeah, I think this could be, like, one of them could be put up probably here in courthouse with a bulletin board, you guys good with that?
Yeah, there's quite a bit of stuff too, like when are they gonna get started on this ADA back here? For the handicap access.
I mean, a lot of, you know, like it's just.
But,
the big sprayers come on,
We,
the county sprayers. When do they start?
We should, I thought they,
April, I thought we started.
Oh, did they?
Call Ben.
Yeah, but then,
It seems to me April, they usually start April
Yeah.
1st through the foreman starts or something.
Let's see, there's a bill for chemical. Whatever it was.
What is it? What?
So Montana biological weed control. That's what that was for.
email.
Why they didn't, where it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was praying, they see for that slip tank.
Yeah, let me try. At least you should have an making it.
Still sitting on my chair. From there.
Just departed Salt Lake on the 6th. Estimated delivery date today.
Okay. Takes a week to get it from Salt Lake to here.
I guess.
8 hours away,
Yeah.
takes a week.
2 weeks, over 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah, the 6th. Yeah.
And no movement. It is a show me now.
Email.
Be that nice.
Where's this at? It's been 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did get that out there for
Yes.
Todd to use. Oh, I still haven't got back to him about the toilet paper and supplies and stuff.
Oh, well, he had some shipped here, looked like
Oh, he did? Okay.
yesterday, yep.
All right.
Don realized it was not his and, it was solid waste, so I need to get with him and see what,
Right.
like, Todd, so we just come grab it or. Run it out there, what
Yeah.
that looks like. They just kind of grabbed the box and ran off, so. I don't know, it's like paper towels or something.
Yeah.
It's not a kind of it's, but he realized it's solid waste, so. But yeah, he kind of has to get it delivered here,
Oh, yeah.
and it came yesterday, so.
Right, we're- Oh.
So I did good. I explained it pretty good, but I think Sarah can explain it probably better if that Jim calls her.
About the ballot,
Yeah, and this is new, this brand new
yeah.
about the rental thing. It's mandatory that it be put in the
Just
back of the
showing it, yeah,
ballot.
cause property taxes
Yeah,
go up, your rent
yeah,
might go
yeah.
up, type deal, yeah.
Like you're an idiot if you don't understand that your rent might go up if taxes go
Go
up.
up, right,
We have to tell you.
I tell you.
Okay. Hey.
Hey,
Hello, how are you guys?
how are you guys today?
Not too bad. Stuff though.
I don't know.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Iron rates to get up on.
Ladder,
For get up on the roof. Go downstairs and see if Dawn should be downstairs.
Yeah.
Is he in one of the offices? I can just.
I don't know.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
He should be down.
so like even if the, levy passes, we still have to have the ballot issue for the hospital district on the general election. Because this ballot issue only covers a year, so in June, there's no more funds, they don't have it on the general election and get something squared away permanently. And that's what they need to look at,
Yeah.
so that was that.
Wade's gonna come down, wouldn't it?
Yeah, he said he was.
All right, we'll get started here, with the courthouse elevator and bathroom project update. DCS.
Need to do introduction.
Yeah, you could just state your name.
Michael Cleveland, TCS Northwest.
Terry Moreland, TCS Northwest.
I'll let you go ahead and go through the.
Okay. So I did just a cover sheet there and then, have the other pages just have the remaining items. So currently, right now, what we have open is we have the concrete splash pad that's been ordered, just needs to be, installed, which won't take very long. We'll have that done by the 27th. Currently, right now, the ADA parking area is under review with Slate, because some concerns about the layout. We gotta take some measurements and stuff, and, they're still working on it, so we should have an update once we get that figured out, then we can schedule the work. The missing door trims, we have the interior, the jury room door, most of that trim is up, but there's some additional trim that needs to go on the jury bathroom interior and exterior, and then that storage room there on the 3rd floor. We're short some of that trim. It's a specialty wood that we've ordered. We found out it's on back order. We're waiting for an update, so we should have it in the next 3 to 5 weeks, but we're waiting on confirmation.
They actually told us 2 weeks on that, but, it's also been 2 weeks since.
Yeah, it's
4 weeks.
We're still waiting on a fuel tank.
So once we get that in, obviously we'll get it scheduled right away and get it finished. There's literally just a little bit of trim work left. That's it. The elevator battery backup system, we're currently waiting for Otis to give us a ship date and an install date on that. We could not find the battery backup system that was said it was left on site, but we can't locate it, so we have to order another one. As soon as I get some date information, we can update you on that. The final clean's going on.
Should a guy be using the elevator then, or with not having that backup, what if somebody gets stuck in there?
It's passed all the inspections with life safety.
But I mean, we've already blew a fuse.
Sure, the fire marshal, if something happens, can get into that.
Okay, we do let Jackie know. We need to let Jackie know. She's just been doing all the safety stuff on that too. Jackie Bolster. That,
Okay.
and she was trying, cause they were talking about maybe leaving some keys at the jailhouse and stuff too.
Yeah, so there's a knock box for the fire department that has all the keys in it. It'll be mounted behind the back door. So anybody can access that needs to get into it.
So I have a question on number 4, the backup system. Did they ship it to us and we lost it, or did we never get it?
From my understanding, we had it on site. There was an auxiliary plug that it needed to go into, and the wiring did not have that. So it wasn't installed, and it wasn't until we found out when that power went out that it wasn't installed. So now we're working on getting it taken care of. The Otis has told us they left it on site. We've gone through the entire building up and down looking for it. We can't find it. So
Cause we thought it was in the basement. You thought it was down there, so.
I talked to Ryan too. He said that Otis told him he was gonna leave it in the elevator pit. We checked the elevator pit, everywhere that Otis said they left it. So it's not here. We never actually saw the device.
Okay,
Even
so
though
what,
it looks like.
does Otis understand that it's not here and we don't have to get
Yes.
another one?
yeah,
Okay,
yeah, I've been emailing back
Yeah,
and forth with them
okay.
and let them know, I'm like, it's not here, it's not on
Yeah.
site. We need to order another one, and then obviously we need to get it scheduled.
so have we paid for the first one, correct?
Correct, yeah,
Okay.
that'll be between us and Otis to get that replacement.
Right,
because you
yeah,
guys-
there'll be no cost for it.
Yeah.
And the backup, is that something you guys install or that Otis?
Otis has to
come
do that,
back?
yeah,
We're back
Yeah.
into that.
yeah,
deal.
Yeah, so it's been just an absolute nightmare, like we keep mentioning with Otis. So we talk to them and then we don't get any responses from them for several weeks. So once we get the backup issue resolved, I'm gonna look into some other alternatives for maybe the service and maintenance side of things for this, because it's just not acceptable what's going on.
Well, we held up the payment on the fuse. I don't think we should have to pay for the fuse. I know it's a power thing, but by rights, that thing should have been put in or notified, so why would we have to pay the $2,500 for the fuse?
Yeah, I saw it when it came out too.
Yeah, you know,
But I mean, we need to bring it up. We're here.
oh, yeah,
I mean.
yeah. It's not the battery backup issue didn't cause the fuse issue though, but I guess my question to Otis wasn't it on a surge and why, you know, I mean, is it gonna happen again?
Right.
That's my question too.
Yeah, so, I mean, we're working on trying to escalate stuff with Otis also, because we have a single point of contact. And that's where everything just goes and kind of dies with Otis. So there should be somebody in the company that we can deal with above him. We just haven't got any movement on it yet. We are working on it. It's just been incredibly slow.
So should we hold off on that claim then? Is that gonna screw them up or are they gonna be fighting back that we don't wanna pay for a fuse and then they're gonna take their time not wanting to do their stuff?
Well, it's on the service agreement side, so I think the way Blaine has it sent to them is probably the appropriate response, and we'll continue to.
I don't agree with that.
I haven't heard back from him yet, but hopefully,
So you haven't heard back?
you know, I emailed him last Wednesday. We haven't heard back.
It's more that it's the contact's a different department in Otis, so that came from their service side of things, not the construction side of things. So in order to deal with the invoice, we need to coordinate with the service side also. But I mean, we can help out wherever we can on that. I just, being the two different departments, I think they need to start the chain there on the service side, see what they come back with. And then evaluate the other side of it.
Okay, so you're
In my
saying,
opinion.
sorry, you're saying that the backup battery wouldn't have had anything to do with the power surge?
It
If
should
we
be on a
didn't have
surge
it.
protector is my understanding, so that's to me, the issue.
So that's a power
Yeah,
surge protector.
The battery backup issue was, it should have kicked on, should have been, or it was installed and it would have kicked on, correct?
Right. Correct. Yeah, the only thing that the battery backup system does is takes it to the next available floor, the floor below it, and opens the doors. That's all it does.
Yeah.
Just so you get out, right?
Just so you can get out.
But I mean, it seems like we're, you know, like we're not fused, what else is gonna happen? And it's kind of like they're just, you know, something happens. And then they're go to fix it. Like a trial elevator to me. You know what I'm trying to say? Lance?
Yeah.
I want it to work and I wanna be done with it.
So it's Otis's fault.
Well,
I'm kidding.
I just don't know how to handle it. I've never really had this problem with a vendor, especially one that's a large corporation like this.
Well, if something happens really bad, it seems like it's always 3 to 5 weeks. Well, what the hell are we gonna do? We got $1.4 million in the elevator and then we gotta sit here on our butts and wait.
Yeah.
I just don't agree with their service and procedures or how they do their business.
It took them, what, 3 months to even show up to even start the elevator, or it's
The-
always been a wait game.
I think Blake probably should have been here too to help out on, I mean, they're, you know, the ones with the approving and everything.
Yeah, I thought Seth was gonna come down.
And they're on the roof.
Oh,
Sorry, they're on the roof. They have a walk through on the roof today.
The other alternative that we have already talked a little bit about and I've kind of started exploring is finding another elevator service company who could potentially even provide that battery backup system and perform that work as well. The only thing with that obviously is, as Michael was looking into it with the warranty and things like that, but there are some local elevator service companies that are out of Bozeman, which still a couple hours away, but they're a little bit smaller outfit, that they're more,
Right there.
They're Montana.
You're gonna have to pay them.
Well,
So
if
can't get them on board.
something like that happened, the warranty period for the elevator would fall on us. And we don't have a problem doing that because there's been so many issues. going forward with Otis. The Otis was the only elevator company that even put a bid in on this project, so we ended up kind of being married to them too, if we wanted to do the project.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of that had to do with it being a complicated system, because it had to be custom built for the smaller opening. So it was manufactured in Minnesota by MEI.
MBI, yeah, it's not even an Otis elevator. It's-
Yeah, and then Otis
MBI is the manufacturer. They-
just installed it, so that coordination piece was just
So
for this project.
do we need the county attorney to flag our email and say, hey, we need a response from you? I mean, we've got an issue here and it's Otis that is the issue. I mean, if
I'd love
they're
to
not
help
gonna
out as
respond to
needed,
us,
but, yeah, I also, think what Scott's saying is, Commissioner Adler's saying is, gotta try to get along with them here to get it done, but, yeah, how much patience are we gonna have? That's,
Well, it runs out
You guys,
after a while.
yeah.
You know what I mean? We're all at the end of it, you know, I mean. It just seems like every time it's another 3 to 5 weeks, 3 to 5 weeks. I mean, we just keep going over and over. It's just,
well, if an email isn't working, then what? Maybe give them a phone call? I mean,
Yeah,
they're not responding to the
Well-
emails.
well, my email is over the fuse bill, but
yeah, I mean, we'll keep working on Otis. I mean, you do have a functioning elevator, it's safe, it's, I mean, there's no reason it can't be in service and used, everything's been inspected and signed off on for life safety and all of that, so, I mean, it's working, the frustration has the resolution on just these final items that need to get addressed. And we can keep working on those, but
Okay, is it safe? Because we have to replace the fuse. Have we replaced the fuse?
yeah,
Replaced it.
fuse replaced.
that's why they want $2,500, 24, whatever.
Yeah.
And
Right.
So if
that's
anything
$1,000 a month.
keeps-
Next thing you know, more money.
My suggestion would be if they don't get back with, DCS, let me know and I'll contact them if you'd like.
I think that we just keep waiting and waiting. I think it needs to be addressed right now. I guess it just, every time it's 3 to 5, 3 to 5.
I understand the frustration. We'll escalate it on our part too, and can we send an email maybe later this week? Just with what we get from them.
And I see she's up there cleaning the judge's bathroom, man. That'll be, they're getting that, all that stuff wrapped up.
Yeah, all
We just gotta get this done. I mean, just throw on and out, I want it done. Just, I know we got other stuff we gotta do too, but we gotta get this finished. So we can move on, especially we're looking in the roof. Jumping over one and going to another, and that's not done. That's my opinion, I'm not speaking for them.
we don't disagree, we're ready for it to do that.
Meanwhile,
On the ADA back here, I mean, what are they what are you guys looking at? You need to go over a slate on that, just kind of like that, you were talking about like the lower retaining wall or something, right?
Yeah, so the ADA has to get wider for the two stalls, so it starts encroaching on the alley. And the alley's higher than where the ADA parking has to be for all slopes required, so. We'll have to put a retaining wall in, and then we also have to try and protect that from people driving off of it. And it gets long enough down for the end where you're losing your turning radius at the bottom of it, so it makes it not functional.
Wasn't this all approved at first when they looked down there, didn't Slade have it all figured out that it was gonna work? Now we gotta change stuff, or just?
So, well, I think the concept was right, but there's just some elevations that need to be confirmed.
I mean, there again, now we're going back, you know, the engineer has paid all that. The engineer, now we gotta redo it. We're wasting a lot of money again.
Well, that won't be any more cost to kind of, yeah, it needs to get, like I say, it needs to get. I mean, that, they're not proposing a change order, or they have another.
Nobody's proposing a change order at this time. It's gonna be additional work for us to make it work, but
I have to go out to Slate and get it from them. I'm sorry. I don't know, because
Number 5. Moving
Yeah,
on.
number 5, obviously, we're currently doing the deep clean right now. Obviously, we still have that trim work that has to be done, so we'll have to do a little bit of cleanup after that, but right now we're going through and finishing the final punch list items and doing the clean, so it'll be ready to go.
yeah, all the rooms are clean and ready to move into and use. Those final door trim pieces that we gotta put on is not gonna impact the use of anything.
Number 6, the fire department key transfer. So we met with David Ray last week, kind of went over the function of the elevator. We discussed the lockbox and where to mount that. There were a few questions that David had. He was asking about getting Dawn involved. I guess they go around and do kind of a monthly training review in the local buildings. And he said it's been a while since they've done it here at the courthouse. So we're gonna connect them just to make sure, and it's more so for the volunteer firemen to come in and just kind of do a monthly training. In case we've got new people, so they understand how the elevator functions, how to shut it off, all of that. So he's been trained on that, and then we'll just kind of work and set up that to get that kind of monthly training going, and then get that box mounted and have the keys in there. And then obviously if we need to get another set for Jackie Bolter, as you mentioned, Scott, we can.
well, I don't think it's just for her. She was kind of worried that there wasn't none, and then, yeah, trying to figure out where a good place would be to put it. Might be another spot is the sheriff's office, just so, you know, the sheriff could run over, or, you know, with the key, not have to go down there, or,
Well, I mean, we can also give them a key to the Knox box, but they'll have a copy of all the keys in it from the all in one place.
I'm not speaking for her, but she was just worried, you know, trying to keep up on this, she's doing all this safety stuff, so.
Yeah.
Or if you maybe mention that to her, well, if you can call and explain that you talked to David Ray, and we'll get you that email or whatever.
Okay. And then the last item, Michael's been working a little bit more on this, the internet issue with the public health office. We're working with them. Michael, you talked to Sarah a little bit about
Jackie, yeah, that's for public health is Jackie.
it. Okay.
Okay, yeah, so I talked to Sarah about it, and she's been in contact with Blackfoot about it. We're just trying to coordinate, I guess, between public health being there and then also having Blackfoot on site at the same time to figure out what's actually going on. It sounds like their phones are working fine, but they're having a hard time connecting to the internet. So it's not necessarily a line issue, it's maybe a hardware issue. I'm not sure what's going on there, but I'm working with Sarah to try and figure out what's going on there. I actually need the county's approval to even contact Blackfoot on it. So it'll have to go through her in order to get it finished up. But we'll accommodate that however we can.
So this is an issue with Blackfoot, I guess, getting a ticket on it to come in and look to see what's going on. This wouldn't have anything to do. This wouldn't have anything to do with TCS, right?
Well, what Jackie Bolster said is the day that they were working on that wall is the day that it went
So
on.
it's in that wall that-
So they, but, yeah, it's not like
Okay.
there's still a question on what.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, so I don't know if it's construction related or not. We're gonna stay on top of it with Sarah, but I need her help to facilitate it. I
So
mean, as far as checking all the wires and the way everything's configured, it's
getting Blackfoot here is what the
Yeah,
problem is.
it's really is getting on their schedule and trying to do it at the same time as. Cause they don't wanna show up. you know,
Yeah.
Whenever, that's their schedule.
Yeah. All right. Good update and whatnot, and yes. Hopefully we hear something back from Otis or other stuff, but
How long are we gonna wait to hear back from them, or do we go ahead with that, like, what, and say red flag it? Maybe us pushing on them too.
So would we wanna go through TCS though? And then hit the county attorney if we're still not getting a response?
kind of like what Mike said, see what he gets back this week, and he doesn't get anything back, we can move forward on.
Yeah,
Whatever, the best, just to push forward, or.
yeah,
Yeah, we've already started, escalating it, like I mentioned, so we've contacted one other person that was involved in the project at the beginning.
Yeah, account manager.
We'll see if we get any movement from her, and then if it doesn't get something this week, then we'll definitely ask
Okay.
Wayne to get involved with it. If you can help us push it through.
That'll work.
Were you guys wanting to set a date on some of these other things on when they'd be done? Cause you talked about liquidated damages.
we can't really set a date if things are back ordered to get finished, so I guess we're on,
But on some of that small, on some of that smaller stuff, maybe we can start getting, but they're up there cleaning right now, and then.
they can't really clean till after they get the rest of the trim in, then do the clean. You're waiting on materials and you can't get anything done if you sit and wait for the materials to get here, am I correct?
Well, to finish up those trim items, yes, but we're cleaning everything because that small amount of trim. It just clean up the local messes around what we're doing there, so you guys can use the whole facility unencumbered by us. But yes, we are cleaning up there, we'll get that finished.
I'm just thinking some of that smaller stuff, you know, that's not interfering, like you're saying, with the trim, just. But they're up there in the judge's bathroom cleaning right now, so.
So currently working, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the commission doesn't mind working weekdays to get it done.
We just want to, you good with that?
Yeah, so after she's done cleaning today, we'll get the splash plug block done. I'll pick it up today on the lake room as well, because it's already there.
Did anybody mention to you about that window could fly open and hit that glass thing if there's some ladies on the bathroom, that whole thing will come down on top of them? And then women's bathroom up there, they put down that hanging light, that big light, well, that window. Maybe a guy put a chain on it, or I don't know if that's something the county should do, it's a safety deal, it was noted by the planning lady. If that window comes over, it hits that big glass ball. The light fixture,
Okay.
it hits it, she's worried that,
Okay, we'll look at
The
it.
chain.
you know, how I said, it's going to the bathroom, it hit and bust, it's coming off that,
Is that the second floor?
yeah.
We'll look into it, we just must have not noticed it.
I just think a small chain, something like just a safety
Yeah.
chain on it, it's something simple, but it should, you know, before it happens.
Yeah, so has anything else come up as far as being undone? Because I'm pretty sure we got our whole punch list complete except for these items, but if there's something we're not aware of, then
That cement in the window well,
that's
That's
good.
complete, yeah.
okay.
She's gonna clean the outside of that window today, and if we can't get the thing off, or we can't get the concrete off of the trim, we'll paint the window. So, we'll see what happens with it.
Yeah, the trim, I think is what commission was talking about, right, for the most part there.
Yeah. Yes, move on, move forward.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Thanks for coming in and giving us an update, and
Yeah,
Thank you.
hopefully all this will, we'll get something out of that.
we'll get you, this week.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, have a good one. All right, we're a little bit behind here, but we'll, move on to resolution 20 26 5, our agreement with the Forest Service, first reading.
These are them ones that we said we'd take this, cause in that way we can keep them open for the public, right?
The road,
Isn't that what we agreed
Yeah.
on? I read it, I just wanna make sure we're all on the same page that. They were the ones that otherwise they would try to shut them off, the public couldn't have access through like one.
Yeah, yeah, these are the ones that are transferring over to us, right?
Correct, easements,
They're,
that'd be Cumberland County roads,
They're not gonna be maintained, they get sold.
Yeah, statute says the county commission determines the level of maintenance on county roads. But, yeah, the county commission's thought was to make sure that these roads were kept open. Wyman Gulch Road is basically a county road right now, except for one small section in the middle. So that would clean that up. And all these others are roads that the public uses.
We had comments on them.
And, so it'd be Royal Gold Road, Queen Road, Little Gold Road, Wyman Gulch Road. And there's easements on those as, set forth in exhibits A and B.
Gold Coin Road. Or just Little Gold.
Little Gold. Yeah. Gold Coin is already county road, I believe.
Just up to the border.
Yeah,
up to the forest.
but, yeah, this doesn't involve, Gold Coin. The, exhibits were done by the Forest Service, they would have their mapping person.
Reading. First reading.
Yeah, any more questions from the commission? You could open up public comment. No.
With public comment on resolution 2026 5. All right. We'll have the second reading next week.
See the same time or?
Yeah. Probably close to it, yeah. All right, we'll move on to update from airport board.
Commissioners, hi Miranda. Morning, Jim Grassi, new chair.
We'll come up too.
Oh, you want me to?
Yeah.
Come on up, Jack, you can take some of the bullets.
I'll come up there.
Consider this.
So I'll just go through your items here and then take whatever questions you have. So first, let me say, glad to be here, I think. Last meeting we had was the first one that I was the chair. And we didn't get a whole lot accomplished just because there was so much to learn. I've been spending 20 hours trying to catch up on all this airport stuff. I think we have a good handle on it now. Our next meeting is scheduled for the 20th. We're actually gonna try to get one earlier this month if I can get most of the board members. I've got positive feedback from 3 so far, just to expedite some of your answers. So the first one was officers. The board nominated and unanimously confirmed me as chair, Jack as secretary, and Greg as vice. And I think there's an email in your inbox somewhere with that, Miranda. Any questions on that? Okay, we're all just really happy to be here.
I would just encourage them to do a motion and prove that, and finalize it.
Well, or take a motion to.
I'll make a motion to accept the airport board nominees.
The president and secretary. Chairman of the board.
Chair, vice,
Chair.
chair, vice, and secretary.
As secretary. I'll second that.
All in favor? Aye.
Awesome, thank you.
We need to give their names again.
Jim Grassi, Greg Barr, and Jack Foster. It should be in that email. Okay, so the remote lighting, I think playing that email chain with Jason, I think we're covered that we can do that. The hazard, turn it on and off as we want. So the next step would be to solicit bids for that. However, just to caution the commissioners and all, that would make us not eligible for federal fundings as the AIP is worded now. However, in that same chain, Jason said there are some ways we can redefine the AIP. That'd be a project down the road where we would be eligible. There are public use day only airports in the US that do receive federal funding. We're just gonna have to realign the AIP. And he alluded to that in that chain of emails. So that's something we'll work on forward. He also mentioned changing the airport master plan. The good news with that is Eric submitted 2 NOTAMs that say the runway is closed overnight, stay use only, and that the beacon is not going to be used. And those are effective through September 30th of this year. So we've got time to work on that. But once we run out, if we haven't come up with a new AIP at that point, we'll have to change the master plan and the board will have that for action. Bylaws, everybody's seen them on the board. I was the last one to get involved in that. We do have a few changes at our next meeting. We'll have those, and then once we approve them, send them to you guys for review. We should have that done no later than May 20th. And the last one on here is the $474,000 earmark that Ravalli County has requested. Again, that goes back to whether we're going to change the AIP or not. The advice right now, again, the engine's not on fire. We don't have an emergency landing yet. So I would say, let's kick that can down the road till county decides if we want to redo the AIP and come up with, to make sure it's day only, no expansion, et cetera. Yes, ma'am.
Blaine, on this grant availability, can you explain that a little bit better so that people understand that it's not actually, we're allowed to apply for this, correct? But our name is on there, but we're not using it so we can give it to someone else like Ravalli County?
Potentially could. What the airport board is recommending though is not to act right now and giving it to Ravalli, because there's a potential that the county could amend certain things and then be able to qualify for funding, but still need to do some more legwork and look into that. So it's a little premature to send that to Ravalli right now, but potentially, there might be use for it here. So they need more time. The other issue is there's potentially some maybe Montana Department of Transportation funding too, so that funding that they can look at from time to time and recommend to the county commission.
Yeah, the big thing we have to deal with is not change. The people don't want the beacon. That's fine. That's already been done. So we have to make sure that however we redefine the AIP, it does not bring back lighted run. We might have to get rid of the lighted runway. So that brings into the emergency response thing, et cetera. So the last 2 items are the ordinance. We have a couple drafts. We're going to talk about that at our next meeting. We did make some changes and we'll have some legal things for you, Blaine. Again, we'll hopefully have that done no later than the 20th and get through the whole public comment and approval process. And the last one, I think this is mostly for you, but to be aware for the commissioners, Blaine, is the only exposure right now that we have is potentially MDT trying to claw back that 65 grand for the beacon. I don't have any exposure on where that is. There were a few emails saying that may be a problem. Do you have any?
I received an email from them where they said it wasn't an issue.
Oh, good.
So, yeah, I'll forward that to you.
Awesome. That takes a load off my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where we looked into that when we were doing the whole meetings this winter.
Also, we'll be using it too in emergency, so it's gonna be used. So yeah, they said they didn't have a problem, but I'll find that in.
All right, I appreciate it. Is there anything to add?
On the ordinance, had you sent Blaine an email as far as the specifics of what we recommended to be changed?
No, because we hadn't talked about it or opened it up for public comment.
So on the last one that I saw, Blaine, and I think it was forwarded, in early April. It says on there that the beacon to be used in emergencies, and I'm paraphrasing. Depending on the sheriffs, other emergency agencies, and what we had talked about in the board meeting, the last one, was that ultimately, if we have a pilot control lighting system with the beacon and the runway, the pilot should make the determination if it's an emergency or not. It was maybe a little bit vague on the pilot calling in and waiting for the sheriff's department and or other emergency agencies to say, okay, that sounds like an emergency, we'll turn it on for you, or you could turn it on. Ultimately, the pilot's gonna be the quickest to make that decision and.
Yeah, I agree. I think federal law is disciplined, clear on that, with it not being a manned, controller there, the federal law says emergency is the pilot. So I think that's the default federal law, but I agree, we can put it in that ordinance just so it's clear.
Okay, what you're saying is that the pilot will make the decision whether it's an emergency or not.
Yeah,
Once they have the capability of,
Yeah, when,
PCL.
yeah,
yeah.
I agree.
When a pilot declares an emergency,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter if we're controlled tower,
Yeah.
ATC, that's it, that's where it
Yeah.
ends. So in the draft, and I think we're getting a little ahead of ourselves, we removed everything from the second, and it's just a draft now. The board has to approve it and open it to public comment. All it says is the exception for the emergency is within federal and state regulations and the pilot command,
Yeah.
period. Nobody else is involved.
That's
I
good.
promise you, if I'm in an airplane and catch on fire, I don't care what anybody
Yeah.
thinks.
Yeah.
I'm gonna declare an emergency
Yeah.
and land, so. Yeah, we cleaned that up quite a bit.
Yeah.
But we haven't had the formal,
And
Review
it
public
shouldn't
comment.
be, it should be on the pilot. If pilot feels they're in an emergency, they should be able to land.
yeah,
That's,
And there still should be a backup, the sheriff's department still should be able to remotely operate it, and then. The second backup, manual operation, I mean, who knows if the pilot can't turn it on for some reason, we have
Yeah.
a few backups
Yeah.
to make sure they.
Cover each other.
Yeah, so I'd say the ordinance should cover that the sheriff has the power to be able to turn it on.
it does.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's in there. That we added a few
Okay.
paragraphs, but it's in draft phase right now. We'll get to that at our next meeting, being at the 20th, or if we get a new one put together here in the next week and a half, 2 weeks.
did you put an email?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're trying. It's a lot out there. What else do you have for me?
And then we did,
I wanted to also comment about the, I guess the grant, the opportunity transfer. It just seemed like, and I don't know the gentleman's name from Ravalli, it seemed like they found out about the fact that we're not going forward with the IP, that we may not go forward with any federal funding down the road, at least in the near future. That's still, we're still gonna make some decisions on that. It seems like they just wanted to be first in to get those funds, because if we don't specify on who we wanna transfer them to, it goes back into the pot and then they figure it out. So it seems like this gentleman just wanted to get in first and.
And didn't we have that request before?
we had it, but we didn't have to pick where it went. We just said we weren't gonna use it, and then they distributed it. It went out and we got distributed to whoever they actually, like you said, first in line.
I mean, if he
That's
thinks
why
we're,
he's jumping on it, cause he wants to be over that.
good for him, if he thinks we're not gonna use it, I mean,
No, I don't.
he's on the front of the.
That's the way it was always worked, though.
Yeah, agreed, but I also think it should be a recommendation from the airport board to the commission on if those funds are gonna go somewhere else, if the board good with it.
Was on the meeting on the 31st of March, didn't Jason with the FAA say that if we were going to walk away from any opportunities that we currently had, it was a 2-year period and then we can reapply? Didn't he say it was a 2-year, timeframe?
Pretty sure he did, because he said that you're not really completely out of it. You're just kinda like taking a break, but yet, so
I couldn't-
I thought it was, and we can go back and review, but I think it was a 2-year window on which we'd be locked out of federal funding if we gave away current opportunities.
Cause that's when he said that other, that there's other stuff a person can actually go for, that you wouldn't have to be doing that FAA.
Yeah, and on the last email he sent to you, Blaine, on the 10th of April, he basically said the only thing he has now, if the sponsor still intends not to pursue AIB development grant in the next few years, he needs a letter affirming the position. There was no suspense date or any of that. So if you want to he still owed you clarification on number 2. He was a little nebulous on that, but if you want to, I would just stall him for now.
Yeah, at that meeting, they were good with it, giving us the time to get back to them. And then, on number 2, what was the?
It was again, he said we can do whatever we want with the beacon, but then he said he wrote here, I'll do some more research to verify, but I want to give you the accurate info and complete response requires input. And then when he answered you after that, he never specifically addressed item 2 on the beacon being remotely controlled.
So there was another email where he said that was, fine. I'll forward that to you.
Yeah, we're comfortable with it because we're not taking any federal funding. So
Yeah, and
Not there, yeah.
my reading of the federal order there is consistent with that too, so I don't.
That email.
They would lose, I think, if they tried to argue against it.
awesome.
Okay, we did receive an email, and this is from Jen Walters, and, she's saying that there's some disagreement about the FAA funding and how we made it clear that we weren't going to do funding. And it seems that there are still board members that feel they're gonna go forward with FAA funding. And is that what they're asking, is the expansion? Or is that where the FAA told us that we possibly could get funding to fix the runway?
Yeah, so we're talking about two different things here. The FAA funding that was tied to the beacon, the board is 100%. You guys made the ordinance to support the community. What we're looking at now is there are avenues to not change the airport status of daytime only and get funding. As you could probably see, we're having a field trip down there on Thursday. There's a lot of work that needs to be done. So would we pursue federal grants in the future to repair the airport? We have to maintain it if we're gonna have an airport. So that's something that will certainly be addressed. I think the difference here is we would have to have that public from day one, that this is it. That would require a new AIP. We cannot, under any circumstances, get federal funding under our current AIP because we require having the beacon on. This people have spoken, they don't want it. So that's where we're at right now. Yeah, some guys on the board, and it's healthy to have a board that isn't all rubber stamping. Some guys don't want anything done to the airport, just let it go. Some guys want a little bit done. Some guys want to see an airport where a guy can land and not bust the tires. So yeah, we got a ways to go on that. The good news is there's no rushing, there's no behind the scenes.
When I think talking with that Jason FAA when they came in, I mean, he said, right, that you could accept funding, but with no strings attached. But that's the other thing. I think that like us commission want to make sure that we don't want to get involved in federal regulations by accepting, federal.
Correct. And in one of the emails to Blaine, he did say that if we took funding, they would have to have the beacon on sunset to sunrise. And I think that's a dead issue for the town.
So I appreciate Jim Walter's email there. I think some of those issues, the board's gained a little more knowledge, and at their next meeting now, they'll be able to, have that. Is that you guys?
Well, I think he answered, right?
Yeah.
Some people want some and some don't. I mean, if you all agree on this,
I mean, we're never going to be in 100% agreement, but I think some of the decisions about the beacon weren't presented to the public. I don't think the public was aware until the last minute that the requirement was the beacon on, sunset to sunrise. In this case, if there's any motions to go and get money to fix that runway, which is an utter repair, need of repairs, I think we do it right and make sure the public knows from day one. And then again, we're not changing the status of daytime use only, except in emergency.
it's upgrading, fixing stuff.
My advice too, even if there's division on the airport board, entertain a motion, put it to a vote, and then make the recommendation, and it can be discussed here again, and whether the commission goes along with that.
Yeah, I think we're gonna do similar to the Supreme Court, and I'm not saying we're at the same level as that, but there will be dissents, and I think we put a section in there, here's the dissents and why, when we pass the motion, and that way give you all the information, open kimono, no hidden agendas or secrets.
Transparency.
Right. With the bylaws, if you get those, finalized your next meeting, if you could sign them and then send them, but, if you need any help with me, I've got the Word document, if you need any drafting help.
Awesome.
So another comment on as far as the FAA funding, there's two issues, and, I was here on the 31st. I heard Jason and was Kevin Jagoda, was that the other gentleman?
Yeah.
I heard them say, that it probably would be okay to, not run the beacon and have PCL, and then in their email, they totally reversed course. I don't trust them. I don't trust that if we took FAA dollars, that they would say, okay, this, you can keep the airport days, you can keep a beacon for emergency situations. Once that, grant is signed, I don't trust that they would reverse course. The other thing, and we keep talking about, no one wants the beacon, no one wants the beacon. I think what people in the town also don't want is a federal funding match that's gonna raise their mill levy and raise their property taxes for the amount that the airport gets used. And I don't know that, every single federal grant is gonna have a 10% match. I know the AIP did. But that's also too, we'll have to, as we review any FAA grants, we'll have to figure that out.
Cause he said there was other grants than just them though when he signed it. He said
Sure.
there's other
Sure.
ways to go. that
And
we don't have
Jim has
to-
brought that to our attention and we're gonna look into all those.
That's plain. I agree with your, little bit of lack of trust there because they didn't make statements and then retract them. So that's frustrating. They should have said this is our preliminary understanding. We'll get back to you, but they didn't do that.
Well, that's where the legal man comes in, because when you take a grant, there's the grantor's assurance and then there's the sponsor's assurance, and those are spelled out legally. And that's the document that drives any funding requirements.
There'd have to be there'd be a contract and they'd have to follow it, but I guess I understand your frustration there.
They're just concerns, and we have to, as we go down the road again, we have to be transparent if we're dealing with the state or the federal government on grants, they have to be transparent with us as well.
100%.
If, changing the subject a little bit, if you go down by Drummond there, would you run up and see what you think of the new gates and the cattle guard there?
Yeah, sure thing. I go by there every time I go to work, so.
They, talking about maybe needing one more load, but that's kind of up to you guys, cause you'll get the county put it in.
Right. I'll ask
There'll
Brad.
be a bill coming like for $6,000 or something for cattle guard.
So just send it to you.
They don't come through here. I just want you guys, now that you're on board, you're gonna start seeing stuff from down there, the mowing and
Don't leave it.
spraying and.
Okay.
Oh, was there a manager, pointed to or was that?
We're working on
Okay,
that.
working on.
We have that job description.
Okay.
Hey, this is my fiance Stephanie. She brought you some treats from Amsterdam.
Hold on. Here.
Good luck.
Trying to do everything,
What do you got? Anything else for us?
No, I really appreciate what you're
So we
doing.
have-
Thanks for stepping up.
Yeah, no worries.
Kevin Henry.
Yeah, I got a good team. We don't always agree, but we figure out a way to get forward, and that's the way it works. Yeah.
I'll come work for you guys.
Yes, ma'am.
Justine Richmond, so I was here, for that meeting that Jack's talking about where FAA was discussing that we could use, pilot controlled lighting for the beacon and it didn't have to be on all night long. So now I understand, this is my first time hearing this, that they wrote in an email that that's actually not the case.
No, they went back and forth. So where it stands now, what we're gonna pursue is, we're gonna get bids to hook the beacon to the pilot control lighting. So we have a thumbs up right now that we can do that. We just can't get any federal funding at this point because that is not in compliance with federal aviation regulations.
Okay, and they cited those regulations, that specific regulation, because
Yeah.
to Jack's point, they say one thing here and then they put something different in an email. Is it explicitly cited in the email that the lighting has to be on, the beacon has to be on all night long?
No, the beacon is not gonna be on all night long.
So Justine, I think what you're asking, and I remember the conversation and the emails vividly. They came back about the pilot control lighting. And ultimately, they did not say pilot control lighting is absolutely not allowed. They left a little window open. They said pilot control, if you took FAA money, pilot control lighting would probably not be allowed. It was still, there was still a little ambiguity in there.
Even in the email, is
Yeah,
what you're saying?
yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Are you able to go back and get clarity on that from them, or are we moving on with?
So would our recording that, where they sat here and stated that, that we could get, that we didn't have to have the beacon on, and they that it could be on.
I think in that last email, I just think that there's still a little, even 1%, even a little bit of vagueness. And we just need to go on and we need to review what we can do. And based on what's available state and federally, we can go back to them and say, okay, we're interested in this grant. If we take this, what are you gonna require as far as our daytime use only and our emergency beacon operation only? We just have to, I think it's too much to keep going back to them and say, we want a definitive answer right now. We just have to figure out what we need to do, then we can get an answer.
Yeah, and that's why I said follow up to that question too, because Jack's right, he was ambiguous like they have been. At least this guy Jason is trying to get the ground truth. So to answer your question, where we stand now, the beacon will not be run all night long.
Sure, yeah, understood.
We're gonna get some bids and get it turned on right now. We got high cover from the county attorney. Yep, we're gonna tie it to the PCL and go from there.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think it's an awesome solution right now, and if they come back at us, we'll fight that fight if they say we can't do it. To answer your other question, though, specifically in the regulations, if we take funding, it does say that you cannot tie a beacon into the PCL. So we are kind of going outside the regulations. It's in an FA circular. I'll have it posted on the county website by the middle of the month, which I just downloaded it and read the whole thing. It's exciting. So but we think we have a high cover now, and that's why we have the county attorney involved. So we're gonna proceed on that course of action.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
I had another comment here. Go ahead, Elena.
Thank you, Elena Gagliano, for the record. I was at the last airport board meeting that was held, and I recall that it was another game of who's on first, who's on second. Apparently, there was not only the first draft that Mr. Bradshaw put up, and it was on the website, but there were two or three more. And each of the board members were confused as to which one they were talking about. And this, as I said that night, is a problem when you share emails one-on-one without sharing it with a group. This is a group that should act together and not email each other. Emails between the county attorney and only one person.
Yeah,
I brought that up, and this is what happened.
So
that's for the
Elena,
record.
what's your
Thank
comment?
Yeah, thanks, Elena. Just to let you know, Elena, we had about a 50+% turnover on the board. And yes, that last meeting, I don't know if you were on since I started talking, but I took full responsibility for that. It was impossible to digest the last 10 years of the airport discussions and where we had gone with the flip-flopping of the FAA. And yes, we're streamlining all our communications. And join us for this next board when we post it, and you'll see we're down to the original and one draft change to the ordinance. I think that's the document you were talking about. Remember too, Elena, we're all volunteers.
Yeah.
We're all working and traveling,
Yes.
so we cannot, it's
I
impossible.
understand that.
But we have to be able to
I'm
work.
sorry, that's all the more, that's
Okay.
all the
Well, we appreciate your feedback, Elena. Thank you.
Start of the next, when we try to have we're gonna try to do a board meeting on the 6th, the 20th at the latest. The only 3 agenda items for whichever meeting comes first are going to be the ordinance, the bylaws, and this, the grant deference, the recommendation to you guys. And then hopefully that happens on the 6th, and then on the 20th, we'll get into, some other issues.
The airport manager job.
I thought that was gonna be on the 20th.
Well, but anyway, we don't need to discuss it.
You'll be all right.
We'll get it.
Good job.
Anything else?
No.
All right.
Good job.
Grassy out.
Thank
See
you.
guys.
Thanks for the.
That's great.
I guess next on the agenda is that grant funding transfer, so I guess we'll just hold on.
Yeah.
Yep, awesome.
They should be illegal.
What's that?
Yeah.
Hey, thanks, everybody.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, all right.
The grant to River Valley here,
So,
they were wanting us to hold off on that.
the recommendation of the airport board was to hold on.
Could I just get mine now?
Yeah.
Should we send them a response saying that we received, have we sent them a response saying that we received this and maybe we need to tell them that the airport or,
Yeah,
Yeah, they know that it's on the
Okay.
agenda.
okay,
so let him know that gonna hold off,
Yep.
but we'll get back to him. with it.
Yep, all right.
Yeah, just let them know we're reviewing our options.
Yeah, he touched base on Friday asking about it again, so.
Well, once we get everything.
Okay, so we're up to county claims.
I make a motion, we accept the very few county claims that was sent for us for approval.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
That wasn't very many.
Memory of these or.
So since we're in county claims then, with this other one that we didn't approve for the fuse breaker.
Do we need to go ahead and pay for that? Maybe.
I disagree, but.
Yeah, my advice is to not pay it and wait till we hear back.
Okay.
It's just frustrating.
So when you sent them an email, you were asking about that claim and they haven't responded.
Correct.
They give us back, we'll keep them.
I just
Hold on to it.
assume they're looking into it. I hope they're looking into it. And if the email that was right on the envelope. Yeah, do I CC Slate?
Yeah, so we're still not gonna do the fuse thing.
Right now. Oh,
I know, I mean, tell her,
oh, yeah.
tell Becky.
My issue is if it's on a surge protector, that should be protecting it. Why didn't it? That's the question. I mean, the question.
Well, it just seems like a jump from time. There's lots and lots of little stuff. I mean, it's not just the cleaning, there's the rug match and the doorknob.
All right, thanks, Becky.
You know, and I keep spoke to me that I'm just. Well, we pay that kind of money, I'm not that picky, I just.
But yeah,
That right. And if that here isn't meeting, well, the engineers, we paid them how many thousands of dollars to make sure this is all gonna work. Now it's not, why does that come back? He said that they'll work with us. It didn't actually say there could be cost more.
that's why you gotta look, I think potentially, down the line, they're setting a firm date. They don't have that, then liquidated damages because.
Like it's
that's
being a winter, you know, we agree with that now,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, there's other outfits, pouring cement and stuff, but he's very much saying that it has to be looked over. Well, that should have been done last year.
Yeah, a lot of these, that's on Slate. But a lot of issues with the trim, that should have been ordered at the start of the project.
Well, it just seemed like it's just 3 to 5 weeks, 3 to 5. I still think we should go after liquid acid. I do
You still think
Whether-
what?
go after, you know, to get it
Liquidated
done.
damages.
Well, they are, they're waiting for materials.
That's just one thing. That's just that trim up there. There's lots of other stuff that's still.
I thought we just went over it. I thought we went over it, what they were still gonna do. You didn't tell them the more stuff.
Well, I told them on the done all this other little, and they said doing the cleanup,
So during the cleanup,
but there's still rug mats and doorknobs, stuff like that. So if that's been part of the cleanup, you're saying?
Well, I included that as part of the trim, 3 to 5 weeks on that, but if I think you guys should look at liquidated damage if they don't get it done in that time frame.
Yeah, that's why I think like, yeah, they don't hit these dates. Yeah.
So I need one more question on this Otis thing. When you did email them, are we disputing this invoice?
Yeah, it said the county commission,
Is
I
disputing,
don't know if they used the word disputing, but it was, yeah, not gonna pay it until you have questions answered.
because they have a statement here that, disputed invoices are listed for visibility, so they need to understand that we're disputing. this.
Yeah, they,
And we're not hearing back from them?
No,
Then
we
we-
sent the stuff, we haven't heard back, neither have they said, right there and said they haven't heard.
so, I can email them again on that.
Well, just
Your call.
because of the fact that they're not getting their funds yet because we're disputing it.
Yeah.
And they're not responding, so what do you do?
That's what I said.
I can pay it.
I can call them. I'm not paying until they get back.
I'm just paying this.
It seems like their surge protected system should have protected that
Yeah,
surge.
That's what I'm saying, this is just gonna be a trial run, elevator every time something breaks, you know, I mean,
Yeah.
there's gonna be
That-
stuff.
That was my question to them. We're gonna keep having this problem.
right.
And then it's gonna be 3 to 5 weeks on everything.
I mean, it was only running for 3 weeks with that fuse with that power outage surge.
And they're in the business, they should know what's going on.
Fuse
Not
was
see, but
that size. I mean, a couple inches.
that's probably a 200 amp fuse.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's.
But 2,400.
Yeah. Oh, well, we're a little early, but I guess we can go over the extension of, time letter request of FERC.
So what are we trying to extend?
There's that, safety plan and
So
safety program response.
doesn't this come after the fact of the part 12D, or do we have to have it before?
This is periodic ones, not part 12D, is my understanding. They just need a little longer to respond. I don't know, it's,
It goes through Great West and they just have to get on, you know, it's not us, we've done what we're supposed to do and that, now it just gotta go through them, they might have got behind a little bit.
we just got a letter from FERC responding to something from 2 years,
Yeah.
2 years ago.
Yeah.
So it's,
Remember, they used to be terrible, it'd be
Yeah.
6 months down the line before, you know, we had everything in, then, well, we've had it here, but we forgot to respond back. They want us.
Oh, yeah.
They're fine,
Oh, yeah.
that's federal government.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is gonna go through to Great West. Is that right?
This program.
yes,
Okay, so I make a motion that we request to FERC for an updated county public safety plan
or
And
extension of responding.
and extension of the time letter request to FERC.
Exactly.
Public comment? All in favor?
I wasn't bossing you around, Paul.
I know.
But maybe.
We wait till 11:30 for the next order.
Up to you.
Go ahead and do it now. All right, we're gonna go into a closed session for a personal matter. All right, we're back on here and we're still a little bit early, but we have no other agenda items, so we are adjourned.